we're going to do a sweet Thai chili bowl today. Now, Alex and I went out to Tim Hortons the other day, which is a very famous Canadian coffee place. They sell great coffees, they sell tea, and you can get some bagels, you get donuts, all the typical stuff, but they sell some meal foods too, like a wrap, and they have a Thai chili bowl. And you know what? I actually thought it was good. For a change, it was really good. It was tasty, it tasted amazing, it was actually a good portion, which Tim Hortons is usually really bad for. But the only problem was it had no spice. I don't necessarily need to be really hot and spicy, I'm not eating. However, with that being said, I do expect to see a little bit of heat. So what we're going to start off here with it, and this is not their recipe, I'm not copying them because they didn't put bacon on theirs, but I am. So we're just going to put some bacon, we're going to fry that up. If you don't know how to fry bacon, then you and I are going to have serious talk. Now we have some chicken. I had to boil it. It's not fully cooked yet. When we fry it, it's going to be cooked. So these are touched chicken. And what do you do, Alex, when you cook with chicken?
You wash your hands.
And you use something different when you touch other food.
Yeah.
Never ever, for any reason, ladies and gentlemen, should you ever let raw chicken touch something else, because it contaminates and it's not good.
You can get salmonella.
Yep, and let me tell you something, brother. You can get really sick, so just don't do it. Like, make sure that you're using completely fresh stuff and not doing anything that's going to cause issues. This should be a really quick and easy dish. It shouldn't be that hard. It should be really simple, really. But it's going to be a fun dish, it's going to be good, and you can almost think of this like a salad, basically. So with bacon, one thing I'm going to tell you, when you're cooking your bacon, make sure it is cooked. And Tony, eat like a pig, brother. But when you're making bacon, don't make it so crispy that it's really thick and hard, because that's almost like burning it, number one. And that's not good, because what that's going to do, it produces a carcinogenic, and you know, I don't know about you, I don't think anybody really needs to be eating anything that's going to be a carcinogenic, because that's not good for you. So we want our bacon to be nice and tender, juicy. We just don't want it to be overcooked where it's hard and crispy. I know a lot of people like that. If you were to ask a typical Canadian, many of us like that. I'm going to tell you straight up, don't. When you're done this, don't empty your grease. We're going to use this for the chicken. Also at the same time, never take that grease. Don't dump it in your sink. Take an old can or something and use that, but just don't dump it in, because you'll clog your sink up. And that's not a good thing. So we're just going to cook this here, and you know what, for what it's worth, we're not going to super spice everything. We're going to add a little bit, we're not going to add a lot. Don't need to. When you're having a nice little like a burrito bowl or something else, it's the food that's in there that gives it its flavor. It's alright to have some spice, you do need some, but if you over spice it, chances are most people won't even know you did it. And who wants to waste spice when you don't even know it's there, right? Also, if you're dealing with, like, say a cast iron, or not a cast iron, a stick-free pan, something that, you know, doesn't need a whole lot of grease anyways, don't take like your bacon or your meat and then take a knife and start cutting it in it, because that's going to damage your pan. Like, never do that. It's one thing if you decided to do that with your cast iron. I still wouldn't do it, but anything that's a like this, I would never do it. All right, so this part's pretty much done.
It smells really good.
Oh, it does. It's bacon. Now, anybody asks what a typical Canadian dish is? Alex, what is a typical Canadian dish?
Poutine.
That's one of them.
Donair.
That's another. What are we looking at? Bacon.
Bacon.
Most Canadians will fight you over anybody else insulting our bacon. Alex, have you ever been in a fight over bacon?
No.
Well, crap. I know you have. Somebody goes over and tries to steal a lost piece of bacon off your tray, and it's World War III, I tell you. Now, you look in there, it's still nice and greasy. I'm setting it in here because I wanted to cool down a little bit before I start adding everything together. So here's our chicken. And that is going right into the sink because, well, it's chicken, raw chicken. So I'm going to use some garlic powder. Give a nice generous amount there. And then I know I seen this here a few minutes ago. Some smoldering smoked apple wood. And I'll tell you, this is actually really amazing stuff. I looked for it. In fact, if I don't add this to the meal before, Amy will add this right to the meal after I'm done cooking. She loves it that much.
Yeah, it smells really good.
I'm not even going to put pepper on this. I don't think it's really necessary. And I'm definitely not adding salt. Now, another thing you want to do too, and even the night before you make this, make your rice. I have 2 cups of rice. It's already made. I didn't make it yesterday. I was too tired to do it, so I didn't. So it's basically going to be today. But, you know, have that cooked and ready. Rice takes a little bit. Put it in your rice cooker, make rice whatever way you want to. If you want to microwave it, that's fine too. Now, one thing I really love about this house, and this includes my roommate, we all love sweet chili sauce. If you can get like the actual Chinese version, or Asian, the actual legit Asian version, not like the V8 or the legit Canadian, or the Canadian stuff, because it's about to say legit Canadian stuff, but if you buy the Canadian stuff, it isn't legit. It's not exactly the best for you. It's not made absolutely perfect. Like, this is my favorite stuff in the world. If you're in Canada, you can get this in the ethnics aisle of Walmart or Superstore. And then imagine if you're in the United States, you can probably get it in Walmart.
Trader Joe's.
Yeah. If you're in Asia, or if you're in Europe, I'm not sure what to tell you. I've never been to Europe, so I don't know what you have for stores. I am aware there are no Walmarts there. I feel bad for you, and I'm also envious of you too. I love having Walmarts around, but I also think they're also the curse of the world too. But
Yeah.
But I mean, wherever you can get Asian food, try to look for some sweet chili sauce, Thai chili sauce that has Asian writing on it, not English or whatever language you have. If you can get it, if you can actually get it and it has Asian, then chances are it's probably a little bit more legit. Because the Asian versions usually don't have as much sugar, doesn't have as much salt, and use a little bit different ingredients than what we use. Because, and I hate saying it, in North America, what they'll end up doing is it's coming out so slow. They'll take an ingredient and they'll try to substitute it with something similar or something they find similar that's cheaper for them. If they can save a couple cents doing something, to them it adds up because they sell thousands of them. So that's quite a bit of money to them. And so they'll do that. Now, meanwhile, to them it's similar, but similar doesn't mean better or even any worse clothes. It may be really worse quality. It may be really bad quality. It may have something in there that's really bad. It may be really salty, and it probably is.
Yeah.
If you go to, like I'll give you an example. If you go to the grocery store, you'll have a no-name brand product and you'll have the brand name. Sometimes the brand name has more salt. Sometimes the no-name has more salt. It's really confusing to why that is, but it is. So the best thing I can tell anybody, when you get your sauce in here, start stirring it in. But when you're buying sauces, as with anything else, look at the label. Check and see what you have for carbs. Look and see what you have for sugar and salt. If you can look at the no-name brand and it has less, then you know what? You might be better off. And you'd be surprised. Sometimes Amy and I can save $1 or $2 getting the no-name brand, and it's actually healthier. So just because it's no-name doesn't necessarily mean that it's worse for you. It's not. It usually tastes the exact same. However, it's just got a lower salt content, which is good. I mean, I don't know about you, Alex, but I mean, don't you think it's better to watch your salt content now rather than have to suffer for it later?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, Alex is only young, right? So having a little bit of salt for him is not going to really hurt him at all right now. However, when he gets older,
I'll probably pay the price.
yeah. So next one a little bit more. So it's better for Alex to take care of this now before he gets older. Because unfortunately, when you reach my age, it's not that I'm going to die if I have some salt. I'm not. However, Amy and I are both on high blood pressure pills, and we do have to watch our diets. So, maybe when we're younger, if we knew half of what we know today, maybe we wouldn't be going through the same stuff that we are. So, I think the chicken looks like it's pretty much done.
Yeah, I think so.
It doesn't need to be overcooked, but just needs to make sure that you're watching things and you don't have any pink. If you think you're done, you take it out and you start noticing pink, throw it back in the pan, and you're finished. So I'm going to leave this sit here for a little bit until she cools off, and then we'll be back when we're ready to finish. So everything should be nice and cooled down, and we have Chef Amy back with us. She's from her nightly sleep, dreaming of Five Guys.
No.
So first thing we're gonna do in our bowl, we need some rice. Now with rice, it's always best to make this the night before, put it in the fridge. It always tastes better. I was a little burned out yesterday, so I didn't. So, and Amy just didn't want to do it for me, so unfortunately never got done.
I didn't know.
You just didn't want to do it.
Or you told me and I forgot.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So what we're going to do is we're just going to break this down here. I'm only razzing. I didn't actually tell Amy that. I wasn't really sure I was even going to do this today because I just did 6 days in a row. I'm pretty tired. And
It's your only day off.
My only day off, and cooking was actually Amy's job. she was lazy and didn't want to do it. It is what it is. Right, Amy?
No.
You're on video, so you might as well defend yourself.
Behave.
Okay, so we're going to take our frying pan with the chicken, which is very well gravied, by the way. Now that it's cold, we can set it in there. So this is the majority of our protein. We're going to mix this around in the rice. And Amy's going to love me because she's got to find room in the fridge for this after.
I can do that.
But you're going to wait because you're not going to make a bunch of racket while we're cooking.
Yeah, I know.
So by getting the gravy mixed in with the rice, it's going to give it a little bit more flavor. And then, one of the best things in the world, yes, Tony, for you, bacon.
Canadian bacon.
And it's pork.
It's real bacon.
Yeah, some reason I found in the States, and I don't understand this, they have this round bologna type thing that they call Canadian bacon. And
It's not.
It's not. It's fraudulent, it's garbage, and they should, I don't know, take this guy to court because it's not Canadian bacon and they're misleading you. So if you go to the grocery store in the United States and you see this round slip and it says Canadian bacon, it ain't.
No.
Bacon is long rectangular strips. It's got fat on it. It's not necessarily healthy, so you shouldn't really eat it a whole lot, but Amy's insisting today. Can't tell you why. Amy gets in one of her moods and you can't tell her otherwise. Then I got some spinach. Why not? It's good to have some vegetables, and if you're somebody that says that you don't really like having vegetables, well, I don't know what to tell you. You need to have them. They're good for you. Greens are very good for you. And then over here, I have some cucumber, green onions, and celery. In no uncertain order. And this is going to be a little bit of a mess. In fact, this is going to be so much of a mess, I'm going to put this in here and I'm going to make Chef Amy do the stirring. Chef Amy has a better hand than I do. Of course, thankfully I clean as I go. So I got 2 cans of peaches and cream corn.
It's the best corn.
It's amazing corn. Then over here I've got 3 large onions that I've put through the food processor because I really don't I don't mind peeling them. Don't really mind doing that at all, but with that being said,
I hate chopping up onions.
I just don't, I don't like chopping. It sucks.
Because they make you cry.
Amy cries about everything. I don't know why, it's just the way she is. It's right here, Ho. She cries about everything.
Especially onions.
And then I got a pack of grape tomatoes. I could cut them, but I'm feeling a little lazy.
I think you should let me stir that before you add anything more.
Okay.
It's going to be impossible to stir if you don't.
You know what? While Amy's doing that, I actually think I am going to cut. So Amy's going to sit and take a minute and stir and mix everything in. And basically all you're going to do is you're going to take a big spoon and you're going to just scoop out a bowl. That's basically it. I don't like that knife anymore.
Why, it's not sharp?
Not as sharp as I like, no.
Oh.
And this is basically almost like a salad. It's got a little bit of zing to it, a little bit of spice, but it's not hot. It's got some flavor to it. It's got the protein, it's got your vegetables.
Yeah, this is really hard to stir.
See, she's already up and she's crying about something else. Put her to work for 2 minutes. I don't know how she finished her shift at night. Can you believe this? They're making me stay awake tonight. Can you believe they want me to watch this camera? If you don't know me by now, I love browsing Amy. Yeah, so maybe it was worth her doing that, so I have a minute to do this.
There you go.
Having tomatoes is a really good thing, and honestly, it's nice to talk about having fish. It's nice to talk about having lobster, scallops, and everything else, and just eating meat all the time. But if you don't have your vegetables, you're missing out.
Especially if you're diabetic or have any health issue whatsoever.
No, not even that. I mean, let's face it, we're all going to have health issues sooner or later. Everybody does. So you're better off taking care of it now.
There, is that good?
Yep. So start adding these in and mix them in, and then we're done. And the best part about this is Chef Amy gets to clean up.
Uh-huh.
I get to walk in, make a mess, and Amy cleans.
You cook, I clean.
Yep. And if we take a look in here, this is my sweet Thai chili bowl. Is it authentic? Nope, it isn't. But
It looks really good though.
it should be really good, should be pretty filling, and really healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Amy's going to complain because there's no liver in it. She's going to
No.
complain because there's no chocolate in it.
No.
And she says no right now, but if you watch videos from the other day, Amy gleefully enjoyed eating liver.
Mm-hmm.
Did you not?
I liked it.
There you go, folks. In fact, I'm going to make her call her dad tonight and make her tell him that. Yep, you're going to call your dad tonight and you're going to tell him that. What do you say about that?
Really?
Yep. So, Ian, if you're watching this, buddy, this is what we do. Wish you were here to share this with us. Wish you could meet Alex. This is Alex.
Hey, Ian.
Hi.
So, I can't really see myself here, but I'm assuming we're both on here, right?
Yes.
Everybody, Terho, behave yourself. We love you all. Please hit the like, share, subscribe button, and please drop me a comment, see what you think. Let me know what you think, and we'll talk to you later.